Just few hours after Donald Trump halted the supply of US aid to Nigeria and other developing countries, it's being reverted. As I speak right now, Donald Trump has announced that United States will continue to fund Nigeria for HIV patients. Not just Nigeria, right? Nigeria, Ghana, and like 54 other countries, you guys. I don't know if this is good news or should I say it is. Well, I'm going to show you guys the videos of people reacting. Some people were like, see, they are very happy that Donald Trump pulled out the US aid because they expect Africa to do better. It's more like we are being like reluctant. It's more like Africans are shying away from their responsibilities. But let me just show you guys the videos of how people we are seeing reacting, both Nigerians, Ghanaians, Africans. We are like, talking about the fact that this is going to be a big win. Or should I show you guys the reasons why we think Donald Trump decided to revert what he initially said? Watch these videos.
Breaking news, Nigerians. Ever since Donald Trump announced that he has stopped HIV funding to all these developing countries in Africa, including Nigeria, all the government officials has been running helter-skelter. And the amount we are talking about here is $500 million. You understand? But just this morning, they announced that Donald Trump has reverted it. Donald Trump will now continue to fund all these developing countries in Africa, including Nigeria. They will continue to fund them. So Nigeria will be getting like $500 million for HIV aid, you understand, from the United States. And you know very well that this money don't really get to all these healthcare, all these hospitals in Nigeria. They don't really get there. This part of this money will be shared among the top government officials. But what I'm actually trying to tell you people here now is that you can continue your sinful ways. You can continue to go and carry HIV because there is available drug for you. So don't panic anymore. You see? Bad market for all these people that actually started selling condom at high price. You understand? You see now, you can see now that price of condom will actually come down. And I know that once the price comes down, people will not still use it. So go ahead and continue your sinful way. You are blessed, and I wish you all the best.
Hours after President Donald Trump halted the funding for HIV and AIDS treatment to Nigeria and underdeveloped countries, US has granted a waiver for HIV and AIDS treatment to Nigeria and 54 countries. The United States government has approved an emergency humanitarian waiver to support US-funded HIV treatment in 55 countries, including Nigeria. Upon his assumption into office, US President Donald Trump ordered a funding pause for HIV treatment in developing countries as part of an executive order on foreign aid. As a result, the U.S. Department of State suspended the disbursement of funds from the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR, that provides HIV treatment for more than 20 million people living with the disease in Nigeria and globally, including 566,000 children under 15 years of age. However, the Joint United Nations Program on HIV/AIDS, in a statement released on Wednesday, January 29, said the U.S. government has approved a waiver that allows people living with HIV to continue accessing treatment. UniAIDS welcomed their waiver from the U.S. government, which ensures that millions of people living with HIV can continue to receive life-saving HIV medication during the assessment of U.S. foreign development assistance. This urgent decision recognizes PEPFAR's critical roles in the AIDS response and restores hope to people living with HIV. Reacting to the development, Toyin Aderibigbe, the spokesperson of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, said Nigeria appreciates the U.S. government's waiver and is mindful of the potential change to foreign aid soon under the new administration. That is, Trump can wake up tomorrow and say he is not doing again, that they should stop it. So they are mindful of the potential change. A statement released by Aderibigbe reads, the Nigerian government will intensify domestic resource mobilization strategies towards ownership and sustainability of the HIV response in the country with a view to reducing the risks of donor aid policy shift to the HIV response, while ensuring that the country's strategic goals and targets in the fight against HIV are achieved through effective stakeholder collaboration, creating favorable policies and enabling environment and advocacy to policymakers. Nigeria can still achieve the target of ending AIDS by 2030. The US government, through PEPFAR, has immensely supported Nigeria's HIV/AIDS response over the years, particularly in sustaining the treatment of people living with HIV in Nigeria. PEPFAR Nigeria remains the biggest donor for treatment programs in the country, as their contributions cover approximately 90% of the treatment burden. So, now that a waiver has been granted again by the US government that they should release the treatment to Nigeria and other 54 countries, that one no mean say you go relax. So, like I said in my previous video, abstain, because this is just a waiver. Tomorrow, the touch fit enter Trump head, make he say he no do again. He's stopping. He's now the president. He can do and undo. Be careful. This is not a stigma. People that are already living with it, it is not a stigma. But people that are not with it, I beg, try your possible best to abstain and be very, very careful.
We all know that in this life, what pleases one person might not actually please another. I have another video where a man was actually jubilating when he heard that Donald Trump halted the supply of US aid. According to him, he feels like, if he continues to do this for Africa, like when will like most times African leaders, all they are after is just to squander the money, what they need to do. Some people also kept saying things like Nigerians are actually capable of taking up these things without even the presence of America helping out, right? But I'm going to show you guys this particular video, then we are going to deliberate more on it. Let me know, do you agree with him or do you disagree with him?
Going on in Africa, everyone's just complaining now. Oh, Donald Trump, he pulled out the aid. Oh, what are we going to do? ARVs, vaccines, this and that. Like, what did you expect? He thought that he was just going to keep on giving forever. Huh? He's the gift that keeps on giving. Are you crazy? We're all voting citizens, aren't we? We all voted in the last elections, didn't we? Everyone in Africa, or in Southern Africa, whatever country you're from, you all voted, didn't you? Right? So what are you complaining about? What are we complaining about? Someone even had the nerve, it was a guy from South Africa, to say that Trump is evil. He's so bad, he's done such a bad thing. And I'm like, the nerve to call him a bad person for looking for, for standing on the best interest of his people, for trying to protect the wealth of his people and use that money for his people, because he's got suffering people in this country as well, doesn't he? He's got a duty. He's got a duty to care for those people, not to care for you in Africa. You understand what I mean? So I was in shock. I'm like, what's going on with people? Like, have we no sense of pride? Pride. I think it's pride that we don't have, in common sense. Because we're all voting citizens, aren't we? We all voted in the last elections, didn't we? Especially in Zim, huh? We voted. I think that some people just need to suffer a little bit from this. I was actually happy to hear that Donald Trump pulled the US aid out of Africa. I was so excited. And I hope all those other countries follow after, including the UN. Maybe then we will learn, when people suffer from hunger, when people die from not having ARVs and all these vaccines, maybe then can we start holding our leaders accountable. Maybe then we will start voting correctly. Maybe then we will think about changing leaders every 5 years, because that's what's supposed to happen. Someone's not supposed to lead for 30 years, 40 years. That's crazy. Understand? They're not going to come up with new ideas. You need to give young people a chance. Understand what I mean? You need to create a system where people are held accountable if they don't deliver service. But no, we allow them, don't we? Huh? And wherever we need, where we're being oppressed, and we can't vote, or the votes are rigged or whatever, we're not fighting. No one's bearing arms and fighting for their freedom. So stop complaining. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm not here to apportion blames on anyone. I just feel, just like the second speaker said, like it is high time we own the responsibility, right? Taking care of people, like taking care of our people, Africans, should be our number one priority without like depending on anyone. People kept saying things like the price of condoms skyrocketed immediately Trump announced the, halted the supply of US aid. But then I ask again, we have money, right? There's money in Africa. Africa is not a poor country. We should always, because the truth remains that this is going to be a temporal thing. So if you are there relaxing and feeling like, okay, this is a go ahead, like a red, green flag for us to continue doing what we are doing, green lights or more, you have to re-strategize, because this is just a waiver. This is not like a permanent solution, like what he's going to be permanently doing. And according to what I heard, he said he's going to weigh his options, he's going to look into certain countries to know if he's going to continue. And people are bringing it up, these BRICS things, that if Donald Trump looks into Nigeria, that because of BRICS, he might actually not want to continue to support Nigeria, right? Because of course he pulled out for some countries, but Nigeria, Ghana, and like 54 other African countries made it to the list of people that he will continue to like give this US aid. So, but I would like to know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think we should be happy that he reverted what he initially said, or do you think it's gonna be like a consigning act to us, despite feeling like should I say, despite the fact that we still should own up to things that we need to do for ourselves by ourselves? But I would like to know what you guys think in the comments. If this is your first time coming across my face, my name is Uju. You are highly welcome to Uncut with Uju. Please don't make your last subscribe. I would like to have you here, and I hear it did happen. Do not go anywhere. I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye guys.